Reynolds out there with the Coro. And it's Drummond in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Bulls, Markkanen and Carter are up front. Levine is out there with Junior, and it's Williams at the 3 spot. Now the regular season coming to a close, Greg. Some call these the dog days of the year. Winning teams ready for the playoffs, and lottery teams sometimes ready to hang it up and call it quits. It's kind of an interesting dynamic.
No doubt, Kevin. A lot of teams still have something to play for, whether it's fighting to make the playoffs or seeding. These games matter. And then with the younger teams, young players are trying to secure their future moving forward, and teams, they're doing a great job of evaluating and determining whether or not they want some of those guys on the roster the following year.
Very interesting. Now we'll go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with head coach J.B. Bickerstaff.
Kevin, he told me he wants his guys to be in attack mode all night. I mean, right from the opening tip. He said, we haven't won against this team in 3 tries this year. I expect our guys to come out motivated, and that means going full out toward the basket. Kevin, he wants that first win bad. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Sexton with it. Now defended by Levine. Sexton's shot is good.
How about the soft touch there from Sexton? Big athlete, but showing now he's got a feathery touch. The Cavs really took a long look at Colin Sexton last year as a playmaker. And it seems like he's moving more and more into that role of being a microwave scorer.
Levine, good.
And really a quick thinker with that sound jumper. Levine can capitalize in catch-and-shoot situations.
Now, here's Sexton. He just worked San Antonio in that last game. To the middle. And Drummond kicks to Nance. And it's sent back by Carter.
How about the anticipation from Carter Jr.? Has a strong sense for when to go after that block shot.
I'm glad we got to see the mobile 1 block once more. What a play.
Some intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be there all night long.
Clock is at 3. Outside, Sexton. No good on the 3. And Brent, the numbers for Sexton back that up. He's a great scorer, as we know, but his assist totals are low.
And this is why I think, Kevin, there's a lot of consideration where Sexton might move naturally into that guy that comes off the bench and creates disruption with his offensive output. Feels like a lot of Lou Williams type of moments could be ahead for a player like Colin Sexton.
Cavaliers have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Garland, the pass to Sexton. Passes it to Okoro. The high post shot. Markkanen pulls it in. Bulls have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. And it's good for 2. Junior's got 6.
Shooting 4 of 5 to start the game. That's got to be a feel good.
So the Bulls, their last game, a win against the Nets in Brooklyn. Lobbed up there for Drummond. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Sometimes it looks like for Garland the game comes a bit easy, whether making plays for himself or others.
Here's Junior, and Junior throws it down.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. The Cavaliers trail by 5. Down low, here's Sexton, and he lays it straight in.
Timeout.
Sexton's got his second bucket.
Closer Sexton gets to the basket, the more dangerous he can become, and the defense has got to recognize that.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. They're coming off that win against the Nets.
Yeah, those road games are tricky, but they had a good strategy going in and stuck to what they do best.
Yeah, watching that game quarter to quarter, they sped up, they slowed down, but they executed in every facet.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Lonley's checked in for Carter. Young comes in for Lauri Markkanen. Denzel Valentine, he's checked in for Williams. And it's White in for Levine. And the shot goes in.
The contact can't phase Junior. He's used to playing that physical brand of basketball.
The Cavaliers trail by 5. Outside, Porter. Pass to Love. Young with the steal. 1:11 left in the first quarter of the game. Stolen by McGee. To the inside. Here's Love. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on Junior.
Kevin Love getting a little clever out there. Fantastic to get the D to bite on that pump fake.
And for years now, GA, Kevin Love, one of the better outside shooting big. Hey, Greg, you played in a different era of NBA defense. When you look at how defense is played now in the league, how do you feel about it?
One shot. You know, Kevin, I think the introduction of the zone, by and large, has been great. You get a lot more switching, and I think it brings more skill into the game. Don't get me wrong. I do miss the physicality that we had back in the 90s, but I tell you what, right now, my body wishes I had the opportunity to play in this era.
I bet it does. Markkanen and Carter are up front. Junior's out there with Levine, and it's Williams at the 3. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. Junior, in his last outing against the Nets, was outstanding. He scored 41 points and throughout the game took smart, efficient shots that found the bottom of the net. He put up great numbers in a terrific effort. It's not a game that anyone wanted to miss. And he'll be looking for a repeat performance tonight, Kevin.
Excellent, David. Thank you. Greg, how impressive was it watching him completely take over?
Unstoppable. They won that game because of his effort and just his overall relentlessness.
Yeah, going up against a team that had no answer for him. We'll see if it plays out the exact same way here tonight.
Bulls trail by 8. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Right now, you just got to find ways to feed Junior the basketball.
Cavaliers have gone 6 of 9 in the second quarter. Some good work from the field. Sexton the pass to Drummond. Here's Garland. The shot, no good. And Chicago will go the other way with the ball. They get to take on the Magic at Orlando after this one. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. Pass to Junior for 3. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Drummond's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And Sexton has it in the corner. The wide open look here for Garland. The basket good off the assist from Sexton. Garland's got the lead up to 9 now for the Cavs. Now here's Junior. Not a lot of room. Markkanen. The Cavaliers pull it in. Drummond's got his 6th rebound on the night. Sexton the pass to Garland. A putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And now an 11-point Cavalier lead.
Well, Nance can be quick, and this time out hustles his opponent to the offensive board.
Chicago calls timeout. They went to Cleveland for their last meeting with the Cavaliers, and they came out with a win.
And they had to scrape and claw to get the win the last time these two teams went head-to-head. It came down to a few key free throws at the end.
Chandler Hutchison, he's checked in for Williams. Akers checked in for the Cavaliers.
Well, the positioning of Thon Maker is going to help him be a much more dependable shot blocker.
Just creating havoc for the opponents the last few games.
You saw by that putback there, he's just completely locked in. They're getting full contributions from him right now.
Now, here's Sexton. 11 points in the game. Garland with the bucket.
Yeah, this story in the second quarter, much different than the one in the first. We're finally seeing some aggression.
Here's Junior, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Junior's got 6 here in this quarter.
Well, Junior getting past the contact and just fighting for some space on the interior.
Here's the pass to Okoro. Back to Sexton. From about 19 feet. Rebound by the Bulls.
He lacks defense there. He's going to see fewer and fewer chances. And you know that's a highlight because look at the people still buzzing after that play from Junior.
Sexton against Levine. And here's Sexton. He's someone who's a factor on any given night, averaging more than 22 points a game. And that concludes the first half. Cavaliers lead by 7. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. One half to go. You look at Junior in this one, he's been everywhere.
The burst he's had when going at the rim has been fantastic. A lot of strong finishes through 2 quarters.
This is why the best athletes in the world play this game. If he finds a hole, he rips through and throws it down.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the court for Cleveland, Garland and Sexton man the backcourt. Okoro out there with Nance, and it's Drummond in at the 5, roaming the paint. This is his first trip to the line tonight.
And he is a cool customer at the line, guys. You've got to be when you're shooting 84% on the season.
Greg, so many people know your story. Born and raised in Las Vegas, it must have been an amazing feeling then to lead UNLV to its only championship.
I mean, Kevin, you know, playing in front of so many people, you know, has its pros and cons.
Right.
But to be a part of that 1990 championship team and the only one we've been able to hoist and to have my jersey hanging in that rafter, it's humbling, and yes, it brings back a lot of fond memories.
Like historically good, right? When you think of that team, what that meant, it has a historic place.
It does. We felt like we were able to etch our mark in terms of the lures of the game of college basketball. And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Cleveland leading by 3. Garland kicks to Drummond. Sexton deciding where to go with it. Reverses. Back to Drummond. Markkanen pulls it in. Markkanen's got his 5th rebound in this one. And Okoro pulls it down.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
And Drummond throws it down.
And that strength of Drummond at times can be overwhelming. Awesome at staying with his shot, even when the pressure is on. And at last season's trade deadline, Andre Drummond traded.
Making some changes. Chandler Hutchison comes in for Noah Vonleh, and Junior subbed in for Williams. Then for the Cavaliers, JaVale McGee's checked in for Drummond. Maker comes in for Colin Sexton. And it's Okoro in for Garland. That free throw good from Kevin Love. And Greg, why is it that the Pistons got so little in exchange for Drummond?
Well, I think he was an impending free agent. I think Detroit looking to rebuild. Also, it says something about the center position in today's game.
Count it, and the Cavalier lead has been cut down to just 10 points on the bucket from Valentine. Cleveland with the ball. They're on a 14-6 run. Passes it to McGee. Young with the steal. Out on his own on the break. And Junior throws it down.
Always in pursuit of the basketball. If you throw it up, Junior's looking to throw it down.
Here's Okoro. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's going to buy himself a ticket to the bench. If he keeps shooting it like that, he has been putrid here this quarter.
Not as good, and the Cavaliers lead cut down to 6 on the bucket from Junior.
Putting the ball down on the deck with purpose as Junior takes it strong to the hoop.
Okoro passes to McGee. From deep. That one misses.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
The adjustments they've made offensively, they're putting guys in a position now to succeed.
Yeah, possession's just way more efficient, I think, here tonight, taking smarter, better shots, moving the ball around. That's helped them to get back in the ball game.
On the wing, Nance. On the clock. From beyond the arc. No good. Shot missing.
Maybe a time to rest him right now. Just give him a bit of a breather. Try to help him get back on track.
Young's shot is good.
Well, they're getting stops, and they're attacking on the offensive end.
Yeah, coaching staff probably loves this, just grinding out defensive possessions, which is helping them get back into their offensive flow.
And at the close of the third quarter, still a close game, and both teams putting up points in a hurry. Cavaliers on top, leading by just 2. Now let's hear what head coach Billy Donovan was reviewing with his team in the huddle.
Hold your ground. Don't let him back your way in. Just hold your ground.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Markkanen and Carter are up front. Levine is out there with Junior, and it's Williams at the small forward. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. And he overdid it there. Too much force, it looked like, on the foul, and he's called for the flagrant.
Boy, a very hard foul that time, and the officials had to slap him with the flagrant. I mean, you can't let him get away with that kind of contact.
Yeah, gee, that's an easy call for the officials to make when there's that much contact. The league is really cracking down on those sort of plays.
You can tell he's feeling confident right now at the line, and when he's on, he can be lights out.
Drummond's checked in for JaVale McGee. And here are the Bulls now. Junior with it. Carter left side. And they take the lead.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
And stolen by Junior. And here we go. Junior heading to the hoop.
And great instincts there from Junior. Staying alert on defense and being rewarded with the prime time pickpocket.
Sexton kicks to Love. Jacks up a 3. Without that one, the Bulls' lead has been cut down to just 1 on the basket from Sexton.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
And the first one at the line is good.
And they're drawing more whistles and working their way to the line here in the second half.
Okoro, he's checked in for the Cavaliers.
What I love about Junior, he's got grit and tenacity. He's always looking for ways to improve.
Knocks it loose and stolen by Junior. Lobs it up for Levine. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And blessed with high-level explosiveness, Levine is no stranger to finishing in the air.
Garland dishes to Love. Sexton on the wing. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
Letting Sexton fall into that kind of rhythm, that's a disaster for the defense. They got to be better.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
And his whole career, Kevin Love, a fantastic passer at that position. Great vision for a big man.
You think about it, Greg, he's one of those players who you're kind of watching throughout the course of any game, and you're hoping for that kind of highlight. I mean, that's rarefied air. If it's not a dunk, but we're waiting for a Kevin Love outlet pass, that tells you it's special.
And you can only admire the grit that Junior plays with. He's not afraid of a little contact.
Free throw good, Junior. The Cavaliers trail by 6. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. Sexton on the wing. Pass to Love. Excellent D there from Markkanen.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Sexton against Levine. And the Bulls tack on 2 more.
At this point, I don't know what you can do to slow this team down.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactic.
Garland, no good. Here's Chicago. They're on a 15-5 run here. The kick out to Williams. And just about 3 minutes through the 4th quarter here. And the shot goes down. And the Bulls lead by 10.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
I mean, this team is just dangerous. Right now, every shot that they're putting up feels like it's going in.
And the Cavaliers call time here. They trail by 10. 1:58 left in the 4th quarter. And now, let's present our New Balance Player of the Game, Junior.
And it's been a ridiculous performance in the best sense possible. I mean, everything about his game has been working. And no matter what they've thrown at him, he's had the answer.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Nance has checked in. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard J.B. Bickerstaff talking with his team. He is not happy with the sloppy play offensively. He said, make the easy play. Take care of the ball. We can't afford to just give away golden opportunities. We'll see if they can clean it up, guys.
Thank you, David. Sexton the pass to Garland. The Cavaliers again can't hit. And Junior throws it down.
And you got to like the vision for Markkanen. I mean, a big man who knows how to find the open man.
Reagan, New York, you obviously played in a number of championship contending teams. What do the Knicks have to do to get back to that feel, that kind of team?
Well, listen, it starts with stability across the board, but mainly that means at the top. And you got to give this new front office, this new regime, an opportunity. I think they got some good young pieces, but title contenders are not in a constant state of flux right now. They've got to take their baby steps here and start moving in the right direction.
Like you say, it does begin in the front office.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for Chicago.
What an effort in the transition game we've seen tonight from these guys. Really pushed the ball, and I think in doing so created a lot of pressure on the defense.
Definitely had a huge edge, and this is their DNA. When they run the ball and dictate the flow of the offense like we've seen here, these are the kinds of games they can have.
And this will now push it to a total of 44 games in the win column on the season.
And they cap off the season series with one more win. It's been nothing but W's, 4 straight.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Junior.
Just does a great job of looking for space and then finding it. That's taking advantage of what the defense is giving you.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. Here's Sexton. Drops in the layup for 2.
When you get physical like that, I don't think Sexton minds it all that much, able to play through it.
Guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
They have earned this win.
And Markkanen throws it down.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
Here's Garland. Misses the jumper. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. And once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
And that'll wrap it up, folks.